What's going on, everybody? Gem Mint here. By now, most of you guys have probably seen my Iron Studio Sentinel Diorama unboxing and reviews. I have done the first and second one, plus a few of their proximity pieces, and I just love what they're doing so much with this line. They have so many additional characters that go along with the diorama that I want to highlight today, and also give a couple of suggestions on just a few more they need to make. If they didn't make any more, I would be fine because there are so many, but there's a couple key players that they really need to do, so we're going to take a look at them together today. Before we get started, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. We are doing a giveaway for that Spider-Man Premium Format exclusive by Sideshow once we hit 125,000 subscribers, and we're less than 3,000 away. All you got to do is be subscribed to the channel and leave a like and comment on this video. If you stick around until the end, I'll give you more details on how the giveaway is going to go down. So let's take a look first at what has been released from Iron Studio. So I mentioned the first Sentinel Diorama, which is my favorite one so far. It has Beast, it has Rogue, Jubilee, Cyclops, and Wolverine. Now, all those characters can be purchased separately with their own unique bases that don't come with the Sentinel, and the Sentinel itself can be purchased by itself if you'd like. All right, so we have all those characters. Now, the Sentinel Diorama number 2 comes with Gambit, Juggernaut, and Magneto, and I love them, man. First of all, Juggernaut is huge compared to those other characters. Magneto floating in the air looks great, and they have those characters knocked out with that dio. Now, the third diorama, I think this one's going to be my favorite. I love the characters that it has with it. Storm, Archangel, it has Kitty Pryde, Psylocke, and Iceman. I love the big ice chunk at the bottom of the foot there, and these 5 characters will really pair well and kind of bookend that second Sentinel diorama with having the 2 big full-size guys on the right and left of the destroyed smaller one in the middle. All right, so with that, let's take a look at what proximity pieces they have. These are basically pieces that they made that don't plug into the actual Sentinel itself, but it goes with it. It pairs nicely next to them. So here is Colossus. This was the most recent one that I reviewed. Looks great, has a body of the Sentinel in his hand. It kind of looks like he's throwing it at the Sentinel the way I have them displayed. They have Pyro from the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, so this is going to foreshadow some of the characters I think that they should still make, and he looks great. Translucent resin flames, you have the tube going into his back, great costume details and such. So you have Pyro, one of the villains. Then we have Cable, which was originally just a Brazil Comic-Con exclusive, which ended up being a worldwide release. It's not my favorite one, but man, you know me, you gotta collect them all. You got Cable, one of the earlier proximity pieces, just like Mystique here. I think she was the first one that was released. She has a switch out saber-tooth hand, the base that goes with the inside of the school. It looks great. Nice to have another X-Men villain. And the last one, of course, is Professor X in his 90s Jim Lee animated series style hover chair. I really like this one a lot. He does come with a head switch out with Cerebro, so I really was a fan of this piece, and just the fact that it goes along with everything. Now, that's everything that's been released so far. I know Sabretooth is released in Asia, and that's going to be probably the next piece we get. So let's take a look at all of the ones that are teased, available for pre-order, that we know are coming out from Iron Studios. So we might as well start with Sabretooth because I mentioned him. I think he looks great, dynamic. I like the movement in his mane. He's got the Sentinel destroyed base as well. And of course, you got to have Sabretooth, one of the iconic X-Men villains. Now, they also have Scarlet Witch here, and I don't know if this is supposed to go with this line or not. I think it is, but I mean, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are part of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. They are mutants. They're Magneto's children. I think Scarlet Witch looks amazing, and of course, Quicksilver, which I just mentioned, her brother, looks great as well, and it kind of looks like a little bit of a Sentinel base there, so I guess this is part of the diorama, and yeah, you can see Jubilee in the background there, so kind of can go either way with Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. Avengers, X-Men, but they actually are a part of this diorama set. Then we have Omega Red. Can't believe they did an Omega Red, man. He looks amazing. I love the coil tentacles, how they're wrapping around. Also has a piece of the Sentinel on the base with some of what looks like the wood floorboard from the school. He looks amazing. Can't wait to get this one in there. Looks like it's going to be a pretty large piece. Speaking of pretty large piece, we have none other than the Blob. Man, he is huge. I actually saw this guy in person at San Diego Comic-Con, Sideshow Comic-Con 2020. Big fat boy. It looks great. His teeth look so sinister, how they're so small looking with his big neck there. I think, yeah, isn't Blob part of the Brotherhood as well? Yeah, he's part of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. So, again, we'll talk about that later on characters that they need to do. Then we have Bishop. You can't have Cable without Bishop. Iconic X-Men character, traditional blue and yellow costume with his handkerchief scarf there. I like how he's got the gun in his right hand, but he's got his mutant ability in his left hand with that translucent resin. Can't wait to get Bishop. This is one of my most anticipated ones. And I think they did the hair good too. They went with the mullet instead of the dreads, and I'm just digging that look. Then we have Jean Grey. She wasn't a part of the diorama, so she has her own proximity piece, kind of showing that she has telekinesis, and she has her powers with this translucent resin beneath her. I think her base looks really good. Much more of a vertical piece. But classic 90s style should go great with the other characters. They also have Nightcrawler, man, another one that's like Omega Red. Like, we don't have these in quarter scale from Sideshow, but we got the 1/10 scale from Iron Studios. He looks great, super dynamic, again, showcasing the mutant ability. A lot of translucent resin accents on these pieces that I think it goes good, because you got Cyclops with the blast and Jubilee with her wave, then you got Gambit with his kinetic energy. So it's nice little hints like that. Wolverine Slash that really tie these dioramas together. Then we got Forge. Unbelievable that they made a Forge. I'm so impressed and shocked that they made this character. The inventor, the creator, the guy that his mutant ability is to make these tools and weapons. So cool to have him. You got to have him with Cable and Bishop. Amazing that they made this guy. Then we have Deadpool. I think he was also going to be a BrazilCon exclusive, but no, Sideshow's carrying. I have it on pre-order through them. Look at the little accents. He's got the Wolverine pin. Kind of a goofy look. You know, I'm not really a huge fan of goofy Deadpool, but you got to have Deadpool with Cable. It's kind of tying in this X-Force thing, which I'll get to in a little bit as well. And then the last one so far, as of this recording, that has been announced and is available for pre-order is the Silver Samurai, a Wolverine villain. It's so crazy how they made this character too, but I'm glad they did. I saw this one in person too. Can't wait to add him to the set. Again, if they stopped with these characters, I would be more than happy. It's a ton of characters, but I feel like if they just made a couple more, it would be perfect. So let's talk about the characters I think that they should do to really complete this diorama series. First, let's start off with Havoc. Scott Summers' brother, definitely a key X-Men player. You gotta have him just in the mix with the other guys. His costume looks great. They can do a lot with his powers, and I just think it would be a great addition. There's a couple of villains that really need to be made. Mr. Sinister is one of them at the top of the list. You gotta have a Mr. Sinister, especially since we don't have him in quarter scale. He would look great. His big cape billowing behind him would look great. He's got a lot of awesome details that would make for a great little statue. Then we have Apocalypse. Really, if I could pick any two out of this entire list that I'm going to go through, we need a Sinister and we need an Apocalypse. They would do such a great job with him in this scale. He would be menacing and imposing. He would have his tentacles going from his arms to his back. It would just be a great piece. The next are all kind of like, it would be nice, right? You did the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, so it would be nice to get a Toad. Maybe we can get a little small Toad as a companion piece to somebody like Avalanche, maybe. Let's just complete the Brotherhood. We have Pyro. Let's get Avalanche, and let's get Black Tom Cassidy. Let's get those three guys to really round out the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants and have them all. Next one is X-23. I wouldn't be surprised if this one is in the works, man. I mean, they did a premium format for X-23, super popular character. We got Wolverine here. Let's get a little X-23 action added to the diorama. All right, next up for really like the main X-Men lineup. I know this is kind of like a stretch, but I think Sunfire deserves a spot here. They could do a lot with his flames. They can make him look like he's flying. I just think it would be a great addition to this. Kind of like the furthest away from the main team, but before it gets too obscure. I think it would be awesome to get an Onslaught. He would be huge. He would look amazing. I think it would just add a lot of flair to the setup. You got to have an Onslaught as one of the biggest, baddest X-Men villains. I mentioned X-Force, we have Cable, we have Archangel, we have Psylocke. We need to get a Domino. I think it's pretty likely that we'll see her get made here. I mean, again, they have a PF from Sideshow, Iron Studios. I wouldn't be surprised if they were working on a comic-accurate Domino statue. This next one, I don't know if it's really necessary because we have a Jean Grey statue, and so far we don't really have any duplicate characters, but it would be dope to get a Dark Phoenix. Again, the firepower would look great. Have her somewhere in the back. I think it would be a good addition. And while we were talking about X-Force, let's get a Shatterstar, a Boom Boom, a Feral, a Thunderbird. I mean, I think those characters would look really great. And then to kind of like really round out the list, if we can get some new mutants up in there, Cannonball, Warlock, Magic. I mean, I think Ileana Rasputin is a must for this diorama set. So maybe it's a little overboard, maybe it's a little too much, but I think that that would make it perfect. It would make it amazing. So that's kind of my picks on the other characters that I think Iron Studios should make for their diorama set. Let me know who you want to see them make in the comments down below. Is it somebody that I mentioned, or are there characters that I didn't mention, maybe Polaris, or other mutants that they should add to this diorama series? Like I said, we are nearing closer to our 125K milestone. We're almost there. All you got to do is be subscribed to the channel, leave a like on this video, and comment below to be entered into the giveaway. Once we hit the milestone, we'll go live on a Sunday, and we'll pick a random video where I promoted the giveaway and use a random YouTube comment generator to draw a worldwide winner. So the more videos that you comment on, the more of a chance you're going to have to be chosen for this statue. And like I said, we'll ship anywhere. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, but don't go anywhere. I got a ton of statue unboxing and reviews in the playlist to the right for you to check out. Stay minty fresh. Peace.